Good afternoon, Rowan. It is Wednesday. It is very bright, so I'm going to put my sunglasses down, but I thought I should address you without them on to begin. Hopefully I can get this done before it starts raining again. There's no more rain on the forecast, but it's still pretty cloudy, so let's see what the garden is up to this week. Alrighty, so here's bed one, our three sisters' bed here. The corn's doing better this week. It was growing really slow there for a while, and I think it was just too much rain, too much water. I think everything was kind of struggling because of that, because this last week where it was warm and we didn't have any rain, everything kind of perked up a lot. So like this is a lot of new growth there. But because of that, these beans, these pole beans that were supposed to climb the corn are ready to start climbing, and the corn is not ready for them. So the two spots where I had beans pop up, I just put a tomato cage in so they would have something to grab hold of and go from there. I reseeded some basil here where I had started it before the cold snap, just because there's a few seedlings, but they're not really doing much, and so I'm not entirely sure what's going on. But our pumpkins are starting to really get excited about stuff. Over here is where I had the cucamelons, and after two failed attempts to grow cucamelons, I planted other cucumber seeds there because the seedlings were just getting eaten too much before they could really grow, and so I decided to not fight it, and we'll just not have cucamelons this year, and that will be okay. So I planted some more cucumber seeds there. On this side is our other cucumbers. They're growing really slow still. I'm not sure if it's because of it was still too cold and too rainy, in weeks prior, or what the deal is. Maybe they're still not getting enough sun, but I think they are. So I'm just gonna let them go and see what happens. And worst case scenario, I might try and do a fall crop of cucumbers once I pull some of these tomatoes out, which are having different levels of success here. We've got flowers, as you can see, on a lot of them, but a lot of them are still, I've got a lot of this leaf curl here, which was happening before because everything got too much water, and now everybody was perked back up, and now that it's rained again, you can see like this Amish paste here is really struggling. And yesterday these stems were all out and open, and now that it's gotten more rain, they're curled back under. So I'm hoping that this guy will make it through, but he's looking a little rough. But we do have other tomato plants that are looking really good. I've started to have to tie them up. We've got flowers. We've got a couple where I've got two stems already because suckers got away from me, but that's okay. The arugula is finally starting to dry out to the point where I think I need to pull this and hang it somewhere to finish drying before they open. My ground cherries are just going wild, which is exciting because I love them. Garlic is almost ready to come out. I pulled a couple bulbs the other day just to see how it was going, and they looked pretty good, but I think they could go a little bit longer. So we've got a few bulbs hanging in the garage already drying, and we'll pull the rest of this maybe in another week or two. Also, apologies if I sound super winded. I managed to not catch COVID, but I have caught a cold. So I'm a little stuffy, but we're doing what we can. In the house bed here, this zucchini is going crazy. These are the eggplants that I transplanted. That's a delicata squash. These are other summer squashes. So you can see we've got female flowers and we've got some male flowers. So I'm really excited about that. And then back over here in pepper alley. So we got peppers on both sides. They seem to be doing well after they got dug up and reburied again. You can see where, because I topped them off, they're starting their new growth. So that's going well. Really hoping for some really bushy, wonderful plants this year, but we shall see. We've got noodle beans over here, which I'm just like, come on guys. These sunflowers on this side are going nuts and I love it. I'm so excited for them to set blossoms and have just this little sunflower patch on the end here. And then my new Kajari melons, I had to reseed those. They just did not survive that cold snap, which is okay. And then all of our okra is doing better. It seems to be growing faster now that it's a lot warmer during the day, so that's good. And we've got some flowers here on the end. Here's our one of my other squashes. You can see it's just got tons of fruit set on it, which is really exciting. And then yeah, my other tomatoes here. So again, you can see here where I lost track of the main stem, so that one's just gonna have two. This one as well, which I need to get tied up. I don't know why I didn't tie that one up the other day when I was out here, but we've got lots of flowers opening. We've got all these beans here doing their thing. The marigolds are going crazy, which is wonderful. This is the triple crop that I talked a couple weeks ago that was looking real sad, and I sprayed it with some insecticidal soap because the coloring looked like it was some sort of insect problem, and then I kind of just left it alone and it's looking so much better. I'll show you a better close-up when I get to the other side. My borage here on the end going wild, which is great. I'm gonna skip the tomatillos and we'll come back to those. But yeah, this guy's looking so much better, so much healthier. I think the lack of rain really helped it sort itself out. So I'm hoping that Amish paste up there can survive. Otherwise I might root a sucker from something else. But look at this little tomatillo casing. So hopefully these have gotten pollinated. We do have a lot of bees around, and it's been fairly windy, so hopefully things have gotten around. But yeah, we've got, again here, I lost track of, so we'll have two main stems on a lot of our tomato plants probably this year, but I think that should be okay. And then I've got some little tiny flowers coming up. I'm hoping they grow fast, but we'll see. Who knows? This one's still struggling a little bit, but you know, new garden, got to figure out the new things. You know, is it pests? Is it water? Is it sunlight? I don't know. But we're just kind of playing our best game here. So like I said, everything was doing really well with those warm nights and hot days and no rain. I think everything just got way too much water, and so it needed to dry out a little bit. And so hopefully that one Amish paste will survive, but we'll see. Otherwise, everything's looking good. The rest of the potatoes are looking good. Let me take you across the driveway. So these are the potatoes that were in front of the beds to begin with. They're still looking good. They're getting a little bit of yellowing on the lower leaves, but nothing to be concerned about yet. This is another ground cherry plant that's just absolutely going bonkers. And then we got another squash. So everything's looking good over here. I'm hoping that these potatoes will do better. I think the potatoes at the top of the hill just weren't getting enough sun, and so their greens got too high and kind of toppled over We have been planning to move them down here with these, and we just haven't had a chance to do it yet. So yeah, that's where we're at. Things are growing, things are looking good. Other things are giving me a little bit of cause for concern, but not too much yet. And yeah, we'll figure it out. Hopefully the cucumbers start to take off. Hopefully the corn starts to take off. And everything starts to do really well. But the tomatoes look good. The potatoes look good. The squash look amazing. The garlic is doing well. I've never grown garlic before. And I just keep reminding myself that we have a long growing season. So if those cucumbers don't actually ever grow because that corner's not getting enough sun, we'll put in a fall crop when I pull out some tomatoes. Same with beans. If the corn doesn't really take off, we'll put in a fall crop of beans on the trellis as well. So for now, we're just continuing to wait and see how everything does. And these little marigolds open the other day. Those ones I started from seed, and they were looking really, really puny in the cups, which is why I bought marigolds, because I didn't think they were gonna really take off, but they seem to be doing well. So I need to refresh my beer traps and maybe throw some diatomaceous earth on the corn bed still. But other than that, we're just letting it grow, and hopefully in no time we will have harvests. I mean, zucchini grows fast, so some of those zucchini we could have a harvest of next week, maybe even, but we'll see. For now, I've been harvesting a lot of the peppermint and the lemon balm that we have on the porch to make tea with, to help with this cold that I managed to catch. But the rest of me is just trying to be patient, even though I feel like we're still really far behind. Even though I know we have enough time to get a harvest in of everything, but we'll see. But yeah, that is where the garden is at. I hope you are having a wonderful week of vacation.